So as I promised, oh, by the way, I just wanted to show Scooby is sleeping sweetly in front of me while I do this petit point. So as I said before, I wanted to give you updates while I progress because that's part of the fun in this journey. I've talked with lots of people who are not, they like doing crafts, but they don't love doing crafts. And I've had people say to me, oh, well, you can do it faster this way and, blah, blah, blah about getting it done. For me, like, it's really, really wonderful feeling, of course, to have something done, any project done, whether it's crafting or not. But for things that are, crafting or are related to art projects, I think a huge part of the pleasure is the journey. So I just wanted to show, I've been working on this for about a month and a half, and this is the tapestry itself, but I'm just going to show this somewhat slowly, some of the details. So I have the trees, and you can see this is some of the highlights of the tree. And you can see that I've got quite a bit of the trees done. Actually, I've got most of the trees done. Now that I look at it, there's just this little bit here. But for the most part, I've done the trees. The house is less than 30% done. I have all these where you see the canvas, of course, is where I haven't done the petit point, but it's coming along. The bushes here, they're starting to, be complete, and all this grass. The parts of the grass in front of the cottage is not done. I'm starting to do the roof. I'm starting to do the front and the meadow, and these are some of the flowers, the pink and red flowers. I have to do all of this, the boat, the water, and that. And I've done some of the flowers. And the way I do it is, and I wanted to show, actually, before I forget, the sky, the sunset. So I have a lot of that done, actually, if you look at it. The little parts of the blue sky showing through, that I have to do. And I also have to do this tree. So I've done some of it here. But as I was saying, for me, the fun is the colors. It's like, as I said, the concept is a lot like paint by numbers. So what I'll do typically is I'll get, say, the dark or the medium green, and I'll do all the medium green that I can find, and then I'll move on to another color. But I don't finish anything necessarily. Then I get so excited. I want to do some purple and some pink. It really depends on my mood. And the other thing I wanted to show, which again is something I talked about before, you do have, this is your work. You have absolute, free reign to do as you wish. As you can see, this is a light sort of pink, and there's it's hard to see now, actually. This is like a peach, and a very light peach, and a darker medium peach. And what I'm doing instead is I'm doing pink for the peach, and I'm doing a medium peach for some of the light peach, and I'm going to do light peach for some of it, and just sort of go by feel. The colors here are obviously guidelines. So as I was saying, for the roof here, you can see the color that I have is extremely close. It's pretty much identical to the color that you see for the roof that's painted onto the canvas. Same with this medium green here. But what I'm saying is, this is the guide, right? But you don't necessarily have to go with it. And especially if you can't find that particular color, then, you can go with what you have, or what you like, what you prefer, what you like better. The other thing I wanted to say before I forget is I'm doing all of this with embroidery floss. And what I discovered, actually, is that I'm just going to take two. Well, I'll just take one. And this is embroidery floss. But a lot of people, what they do is they do these tapestries or petit points with yarn. But I prefer the embroidery floss because it gives a much more delicate feel and it's more intricate. With wool, wool is obviously thicker and I find it bulkier and I don't find it anywhere near as intricate as the look that you get with the embroidery floss. Anyways, that's it for now. I will be back and I'll show you this work in progress. It's like a labor of love. And I've been spending a lot of time doing this while I watch TV or while I look at things online. You know, years ago I used to listen to the radio when I used to do this, or stuff that's just auditory like podcasts and stuff. But these days I can watch TV while I'm doing it. So there you go. So looking forward to coming back and showing you either more progress or when it's all done. Okay, I will be back. You know what? I was just thinking how this is supposed to be a lifestyle vlog. So what I'm going to try to do in this episode and future episodes is do the filming, I should say, do the filming of the episodes in more of a real life context. So you guys can see how I'm living and other parts of daily life. I'm not going to edit them out. This is what a daily life lifestyle vlog is supposed to be. So what am I doing? I'm eating Chinese food. I love Chinese food, and we don't have it that often, but I have some kung pao shrimp. I have some chow mein noodles. I believe they're chow mein noodles, and some chicken balls, sweet and sour chicken balls, something, but they're very, very delicious. So now that I'm having Chinese food, what we thought was we have a dessert, but I also have a wonderful bowl of strawberries. And not too many, but just a little bit from the strawberry sauce I made the other day. And I thought, well, why not make something really nice and fun and sort of spring-like? The weather today is very cold, but a few days ago it was really, really nice and warm. And I thought, you know, why not do that? And just actually before I start, I wanted to show, I love strawberries. I have strawberries. If I could decorate my entire house with strawberries. A while back, I lived in a different, sort of a duplex, and I had a bigger kitchen, and in that kitchen I had this. Isn't this cute? I've never found this fabric ever again. I think it's from Fabricland. Anyways, it's just like to do a close-up, you can see these little teddy bears with their strawberry outfits and their strawberry tea time or whatever it is that they're doing. And I used to actually have this as a tablecloth for my kitchen. And I just love it. There's just something whimsical and childlike and spring-like, I think. They're my favorite berries, for sure. So I just wanted to show you guys this. And I will get started. And the recipe I'm going to do today is strawberry shortcake. And I have been hunting for lots of recipes. And I'm going to do the simple, like a really simple one where you don't have to roll out the batter and all that, and you just plunk the batter into the oven and you're pretty much set. And because I have so few strawberries, I'm going to be halving the recipe, and I'll have a link to the recipe later on. Okay, so stay tuned and I will start. So here we are with our beautiful strawberries. I've sliced the strawberries in half and they look pretty good. And for once, we actually do have white refined sugar, and I'm going to use it because I think it gives a prettier color. You don't want necessarily to use brown sugar for this because it might change the coloring. So I had about a quarter cup, which is half of what the recipe calls for, and I'm just going to give these a bit of a stir into the sugar. And once I do that, once I finish doing that, I'm just going to be setting them aside. So after I set them aside, I will be back and we will start on the pastry. Okay, so I'm back and I'm just going to review all the ingredients and then I'm going to get started on the pastry, and I'm actually quite looking forward to this. So I have my big mixing bowl that I use. I have some flour, and it's about, because I'm having the recipe, it's just over 1 cup of flour. I have half an egg. And that was kind of tricky, but I did it. I have some baking powder. Here I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I have half of what is required for the shortening. I believe it's half of 1/3 of the shortening. And I use butter because I always use butter if I can. I find it tastes really good. And we don't bake that often in our household, so it's okay once in a while. And here is some granulated white sugar, and it is, let me see how much, it's 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. So what I'm going to do right now is go to my mixing bowl. Oh, and I forgot, I also have table cream. So I'm going to go to my mixing bowl, put in the flour. It was just over 1 cup of flour. I think for this recipe I have to do the dry ingredients first. So this is the baking powder, and that's quite important because you want this to rise. And then I have, of course, my sugar. So I'm going to be mixing all that up, and I'm going to be putting I'm not actually going to put it in, but you're supposed to put a bit of salt. Maybe I don't know if I should. I'm not going to bother putting in the salt, though. I would recommend that you do, because salt does actually add a bit of, it's hard to explain it. It does improve baking. Okay, so we've got that. I've mixed the dry ingredients, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour in, or dump in, I should say, my butter, which is cut up into small pieces, and I'm going to mix this up so that the shortening / butter is incorporated with the dry ingredients. And once I finish doing that, I will be back, and I will be adding the egg and the milk. My bowl, and I have my flour and dry ingredients mixed in with the sugar and the baking powder. So this is kind of strange. This is something different. They're saying in the recipe to take the half of, well, I'm doing halving it. I have 1/3 cup of milk. So I have the milk and egg. These are obviously the wet ingredients. And what I'm going to be doing is kind of like pasta. I made the well, as you can see, and now what I'm going to do is mix all of this together to make a biscuity type of pastry. Okay, so I'm just going to continue doing this. You get the general idea. I made a well. I'm using my hands because this is like sort of like a bread, I suppose, a sweet bread, or sweet biscuit, I should say. And I have this, and I'm just going to continue, but you can see this consistency is like this. Yes. Okay, so I'm back, and what I did was I divided the dough into 2, and because the amount of strawberries I have is so little, I think I'm probably just going to need 1. So I have half of the dough here in that bowl, and I have the other half, and I'm just going to sort of flatten it a little bit, and of course you don't want it completely flattened. And that's pretty much it. I think it looks pretty good. This is supposed to be a sweet biscuit dough, and I think it looks great. And I'm just going to put this into the oven, bake it, and when it's baked and cooled, I'm going to put the strawberry shortcake together, and I'm very, very excited. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so I just want to show you guys, I got a beautiful golden brown crust, and I think it's just gorgeous. It's risen, wonderful. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it on my pretty plate, and then I'm going to take my whipped cream. I am going to use...
Shake the thing.
Oh, right, okay.
Jeez.
I'll just do it in front of you guys. And this is my mini strawberry shortcake. Okay, so to take this a level further, I have the other one. As I had mentioned, I had the 2 pieces of dough. So I have this one here and I have this one here. And I'm just going to be asking for help with this. If you can hold the... Oh, you do it. Yeah, that's a great idea. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So we've got our double layered strawberry shortcake. Hope you'd give it a try. This is absolutely amazing and to die for. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye for now. Are you excited?
Yeah!
Okay, wonderful. Talk to you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.